Hi ladies and gentlemen, this is Tony Holowitz and I want to thank you for being here for my ACT tip today. Today I want to talk to you about what I consider to be the most important field in ACT, and that is the ID status field. Let me show you what I mean by that. Bear with me for a second. In ACT, there is a field called the ID status, and in my opinion one of the most important things you can do in ACT is to make sure the ID status is filled in for every single contact in ACT. In fact, what I find is a lot of times people don't use this, and based on all my experience, what you should do is make sure this is filled in. Why? Fundamentally, if you don't know who is in ACT, if you can't look up all the people in ACT very quickly, then ACT becomes counterproductive. What I mean by that is my experience has been when you use ACT, virtually every contact in ACT can be filled in as one of these 5 or 6 things. And I'll explain one of these in a little more detail. My experience has been for the typical company, every contact can be defined as either a client, an employee. If you're a bigger company, that might have employees in your company. If you're a smaller business, it might be employees at a company you deal with, friend or family, either one of those, prospect or vendor. Disregard Tony for just a minute. I'll come back to that in a second. But what I want you to notice that every single one of these ID statuses has a unique first letter. The reason I do that is because it's very easy to input that information just simply by clicking on the letter. For example, if I clicked on the letter P when in this field, it would fill in prospect. Tony is there to illustrate a point. Sometimes in a company you have multiple users, and sometimes they have personal stuff in there. It could be their doctor, it could be their lawyer, it could be, something personal. And I recommend use their first name or part of their name as an ID status so they can define the contacts that are unique to them. But most importantly, if you can't look up all your prospects quickly, or all your clients for that matter, ACT becomes very counterproductive. These are fundamentals in ACT that I think are key to making ACT effective for you. And there are ways to make sure this information gets filled in. So, the ID status, in my opinion, is the most important field in ACT. My name is Tony Holowitz, and thank you for being here for this ACT tip. Have a great day.